Hi, I'm Deborah DeBear, Executive Director of the Rhode Island Coalition Against Domestic Violence. 12 years ago, we launched an innovative tool for journalists, the Handbook for Journalists, designed to help the media cover domestic violence homicides. We had found that there was a disconnect in the way that the media covered homicides for domestic violence and the reality of what domestic violence was all about. There was a disconnect because the media tended to cover domestic violence and perpetuate stereotypes and misconceptions about the crime. We would often see headlines that said things like, "This doesn't happen in my neighborhood," or "He loved her so much, he took her with him," in the case of a murder-suicide. The Rhode Island public believed too many of these misconceptions. For example, 43% of Rhode Islanders believed that some wives provoke their husbands in cases of domestic violence. After we released the Handbook for Journalists, we saw that attitude shift dramatically and make a turnaround. 5 years after releasing the handbook, 73% of Rhode Islanders disagreed with that statement. So here we are in 2012. We realized that we needed to make the Handbook for Journalists more contemporary and get into the 21st century and be something that journalists today can use, no matter whether they're reporting from their desk or in the field or with the click of an electronic device to get current, updated, interactive online information. So we are launching this online guide for journalists to tell the full story. We're calling it Telling the Full Story. To keep in the forefront the purpose of this guide is to help journalists capture the true context of domestic violence and portray domestic violence for what it really is, a crime where there's a pattern of power and control that often reoccurs time and again over a number of months, years, or even decades. So whether you are a journalist, a blogger, a law enforcement officer, a domestic violence advocate, or a survivor, we hope that you find this guide useful in telling the full story of domestic violence.